Alright gamers, welcome to another episode of Tera Online with Beta This. This is Daniel. This video will be a quick tutorial on my experience to the best way of playing a Berserker as of level 25. Now PvE and PvP are different in respects as a person has a mind where they make random choices where a standard mob will not. Essentially though, you will use the same tactics with a bit more defending and moving around in PvP. This video will only be portraying the PvE side of things. For combat, you are able to chain abilities together, specified how you want them. Given you don't have to go by these chains that you make or the game gives you, and you're able to do any skill that isn't on cooldown, and given you have the resources to do so. And in a combat system like this, you may be forced to improvise at times and do a skill that better benefits the moment. Berserkers can only do abilities by attacking and making contact with their target, which builds the MP they need to do so. So it's best to start out, of course, with your standard combo attack, which I have placed right here. The standard combo attack, you get a few hits in, it builds up some MP and allows you to start moving into your main skills, where I move into Flatten. Flatten has a pretty high chance to knock down an opponent, and if it does, then it makes it a lot easier to move into my next combo attack, Thunderstrike. It's the highest and hardest, it's the hardest hitting ability for a Berserker at this point. It does a ton of damage, and if you have a chance to charge it up fully, if they're knocked down, it's a nice easy way to get a nice chunk of health taken out of the enemy. But from Thunderstrike, I'll move into Cyclone. I actually have a glyph that makes it so it charges faster, so I can get it up to full charge in no time flat. Now glyphs in this, if you don't know, just to explain it really quick, is basically the talent system for Tera. After you reach level 10, every level you get a point that you can put in, or you can buy glyphs, and glyphs take points to use, and after some, you only get so many points to use with the glyphs. So you put the glyphs in, you decide which ones you want to use, and you only have so many points to use them. So I've put a glyph into Cyclone. I've also put one into Flatten so I do it faster, because Flatten doesn't have a charge time, it's instant, whereas Thunderstrike, Cyclone, and most of the other abilities the Berserker has takes charge time. But anyways, I'll do Cyclone. It does a whirlwind effect that, like, for about 3 seconds. So it does actually quite a bit of damage. It hits about 6 times, I believe. Now from Cyclone, I'll move into, if needed, this isn't an always thing that I do, it's just a matter of health reasons. I go into Vampiric Blow. It'll actually, when it hits, it sucks life out of them and gives it to you. Plain, simple, easy. There are some other attacks that I'll show during combat that are more situational and you don't use all the time. But for now, let me show you some combat. Alright. So here we go. Now, when I was saying situational abilities, there's 2 shouts that, well, one shout and it's something else that, it's called Tenacity, that a Berserker has. You can use them to get instant MP, so you can go in using abilities. So just to start off, I'll show you. One has a 30-second cooldown that only gives me 100, and then the other one has a 60-second cooldown, which gives 240. Now it gives me the instant ability to start going into attacks. But we'll just go from here. I'll start in, just do combos so I have an excess amount of MP. And then go into Flatten. Fortunately didn't knock him down. Oh, that flattened it. Okay, that was flattened. That did. Then charge up Thunderstrike. Boom. Big hit and actually instant killed him. Let's move along. I'll go over to another enemy here. And we'll start out again. See if we can get a better thing since I just kind of destroyed that guy. Okay. You got Flatten. Boom. Didn't knock him down. Thunderstrike. Then we'll just move on to the other guy. Cyclone charges super fast. And just noting, if you overcharge abilities on a Berserker, it actually damages you. If you hold it for too long, it starts hurting you. And it'll eventually trigger on its own, so it doesn't constantly charge and keep hurting you, but after a couple seconds it'll do some amount of damage and then it'll automatically do it, so you can't just sit there holding it. Now, there are situational abilities like where if you get knocked down, Berserkers get an ability called Retaliate, where you can it instantly pops up under this one button press, the space bar, and it gives you the ability to just jump right back up and you do a whirlwind type attack that will hit and actually has a pretty high chance of knocking enemies down as well. But there's Cyclone again. Now, as far as the Berserker goes, up at this point at level 25, that's about as much as I can think of showing you. I mean, there's really... Berserkers are a lot of fun. The whole whirlwind thing is great to do in groups of enemies. It takes down large groups of enemies very quickly. Now, I hope you had fun. I hope this was informative enough for you. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you next time.